How's it going, everyone? And welcome back to Rangers Rundown, the final Rangers Rundown where I cover a game of the 2022 season. The Rangers have just lost their fourth straight game against the Tampa Bay Lightning, which means Tampa Bay is going to their third straight Stanley Cup final, and I hope they lose in tremendous fashion. I hope Colorado comes into game one well-rested and just beats the hell out of them. I hope Tampa loses 4 straight games, 7-0 every single time. I do not think I can handle another Tampa Bay Stanley Cup. So I am a Colorado Avalanche fan for the next 2 weeks, diehard. And I just really hope Tampa Bay gets just demolished. Really weird lineup tonight. Lafreniere, Zibanejad for Toronto was the first line to start the game. Then it was Panarin, Strome, Kopp, so normal second line. Kreider, Hedl, Goudreau as the third line, and then Hunt, Rooney, Mott as the fourth line, with the defense the same and Igor in net. So Kakko and Reeves, both healthy scratches. If you want to have a conversation about who the worst Ranger was tonight, I really don't think there's any other argument to be made except for that answer being Gerard Gallant. Why is Kakko a healthy scratch exactly? Do you really have that much more confidence in Dryden Hunt than Kaapo Kakko for this game? Tampa Bay is in the zone for the first about 90 seconds of the first period. About 5 minutes in, Rangers finally established some offensive zone time for a one shot. More looks for Rangers over the next 5 minutes, but still a lot of blocked passes, a lot of broken passes, trapped in the zone. I feel like the ice wasn't fantastic tonight. A lot of skating missteps, a lot of knuckle pucks, a lot of the puck bouncing all over the ice. Shesterkin makes a huge save on a deflection about 9 minutes left in the period. 5 minutes left. The shot attempts are 8 for the Rangers and 24 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Rangers just look slower. They probably are slower. This was their 20th game in 40 days. You're not going to be anywhere near fresh when you're playing your 20th game in 40 days. They were reverting to the dump and chase since they didn't have the speed to get across the blue line past the Tampa defenders. Lafreniere's alone in front for a weak backhand. Braun breaks up a Tampa Bay breakaway. Shesterkin stops Cirelli alone in front towards the end of that period. We get to the end of the first. Shots are 7-11 in favor of Tampa Bay. The shot attempts are 25-12 in favor of Tampa Bay, and the scoring chances are 4-1 in favor of Tampa Bay. So while, yes, Tampa Bay only had 4 grade A scoring chances, the Rangers had 1. Second period, Shesterkin a huge save on Kucherov about 90 seconds in. Trouba lays a big hit on Perry. Probably interference, depending on who the refs are. And it's at this point where I am just getting so sick of the announcers, the commentators for ESPN. They are very clearly rooting for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and it got so frustrating. It's been like that through the whole series. Whoever the hell the guy's name is, I don't know, but Ray Ferraro. But every time right before the game starts, they always made sure to show you Ray Ferraro, 68 playoff games in his resume, as if any of us care about the amount of games that he played in the playoffs. But they had to remind us at the start of every single game. He very clearly wanted Tampa Bay to win this series, and he got his wish, but, screw him, because it was really annoying. Hedl drives in for a backhand at 3:29. Sergachev and Rooney take offsetting roughing penalties, so we get 2 minutes of 4-on-4. 1 shot on goal for the Rangers in those 2 minutes. Bit of offensive zone time for the third line. The first line is put back together partway through the second period. Mott has a huge hit. Halfway through, Maroon ends up in the net after Hunt pushes him over Shesterkin, and then the lines come together after that. Hedman goes to the locker room after he is clipped in the face by Lafreniere. I'm sure Lafreniere was attempting to hit him into the boards, but Hedman stops a little short, so the shoulder goes into his jaw instead of his shoulder. and he goes to the locker room. He would return for the third period, though. At 10:43, Stamkos opens the scoring of the game. It was a wrister from the top of the circle, just beats Shesterkin clean. Shesterkin stops a Bogosian partial break shortly after that, and then the second line gets the puck into the crease, but no score there. 12:59, Panarin takes a high sticking penalty, but the Rangers would be able to kill it off. Shesterkin with 2 huge saves right after the penalty kill is over. We get to the end of the second period, shot 6-12 in favor of Tampa Bay. Scoring chances are 8-1. So through 2 periods of play, the Rangers had 2 scoring chances. So you knew this game wasn't going to go well. Hedman is back for the third period. Strome is not. So the Rangers rotating 11 forwards in that third period. And this is really where Gallant, I hope he feels foolish for this game. You take Strome in this game, who is very clearly battling an injury. And you could see it whenever he was on the ice. He was skating at probably 40% for the 2 periods that he actually played. And you're going to healthy scratch Capo Kakko, who was a third of the most productive line for the Rangers, probably this entire series. They even asked him during one, when he had the headset on and he was talking to Emily Kaplan, she asked him, any insight onto the line changes tonight? And his answer was, nope. Nice job. Really nice job. Grade A interview skills. Grade A answers from the head coach of a team. Hey, coach, this lineup looks really weird tonight. Can you tell us anything about it? And he said, no. No. He's not going to tell us why Kakko is a healthy scratch and Strome played 2 periods of hockey for the Rangers tonight. Just not going to answer it. And I'm sure he's sitting at the desk right now fielding an interview where they're going to ask him, why didn't Capo play tonight? And he's going to say, not going to tell you. So that's a good way to head into the offseason. Shesterkin makes a huge save on Hagel early. 2:26, Perry takes a high sticking penalty. 5 blocked shots by Tampa Bay during that penalty kill. So Rangers trying to get the puck to Vasilevsky, but Tampa Bay blocking everything. 6 minutes in, the puck settles into the crease. Kopp has a rebound try, but Vasilevsky would stop it. Tampa Bay is in the zone for a good 52 seconds towards the middle of this period. Halfway through, the first line has a good shift, and then at 11:45, Stamkos takes a holding penalty. Kreider has a tip try, and then towards the end of that power play, Vetrano would score. 13:07 would be the only goal of the game for the Rangers. Face-off won cleanly. Vetrano rips it top corner. So at the very least, a very faint silver lining for this game. They snapped Vasilevsky's shutout bid. So that's nice. That's a nice little motivator there. And then it took 21 seconds for Stamkos to score the game-winning goal at 13:28. He snaps the wrister. Shesterkin can't close his glove on it. It bobbles out, bounces off of Stamkos' leg, and goes into the back of the net. So the Rangers had the game tied for 21 seconds. And it took 21 seconds for all of the hopes and dreams of the Rangers fans to just descend into hell. Shesterkin makes a huge save on Hagel shortly after that. And then just over a minute left, Shesterkin is pulled, but it wouldn't matter. To their credit, the Rangers did rally towards, in that final minute, getting shots on goal, coming close, but they would not be able to rally back. Tampa Bay wins the series 4-2. Rangers won the first 2 games of the series, and then Tampa Bay storms back to win 4 straight. Stats at the end of the game: shots 21-31 in favor of Tampa Bay. Faceoffs 55.8% for the Rangers. Power play 1 for 2. Hits 42-34 in favor of the Rangers. Blocks 18-17 also in favor of the Rangers. The trivia question of pregame: who holds the Rangers record for most points in an away playoff game? And we don't have to go back too far. It was in 2015. It was Derek Brassard, who had a hat trick and 2 assists in Game 6 of that 2015 series against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So there you go. The season is over. We're all depressed. We all hate the Lightning, rightfully so. But I think in 24 hours, we're going to be able to brush this off and look at this season as a major win. Now, that major win of looking at this season is going to be severely tainted by this game. Gallant has lost the trust of this fan base. You can't say anything bad about the heart and soul of the players on this team. 20 games in 40 days, they look exhausted. But when you play your first 2 series of the playoffs, and they both go to 7-game series, and it's just a slog, and then you play another 6-game series against a championship caliber team, you're going to be exhausted. Shesterkin did everything he could tonight to keep the Rangers in it. He was the Rangers' best player tonight, and Gallant was the Rangers' worst. It's just as simple as that. These guys are exhausted. I don't blame them for losing this series, but this offseason is going to be really interesting. People are going to overreact and say that certain players should be traded off of this team. It's a really good thing that the Rangers don't make off-season trade deals the night they lose and get eliminated from the playoffs, because a lot of people would overreact. Who's going to be on this team next year? I honestly couldn't tell you at this point. Of the players that are on the edge, I really couldn't tell you who's going to stay and who's going to go. Are they going to keep Kopp and send off Strome? After tonight, you might say yes. Are they going to find a way to keep Mott so we can stop playing Hunt? I hope so. What are they going to get back for Georgiev, and where's he's going to end up? Great question. Honestly, Lafreniere is safe, Zibanejad is safe, Vetrano's probably going to get moved, Panarin is safe, Kakko is going to be safe, Kreider is safe, Hedl is safe, Goudreau probably safe, Rooney, I would say, stays. Reeves has another year in his contract, but do they move him just to create a little space? Because if they get 3 fourth-liners that are better than Reeves, do we really care about him hitting people? He's very slow up and down the ice, doesn't provide anything for offense or defense. Do they move on from Reeves after 1 year? I don't know. I say Hedl is safe because of the amazing playoffs he had, but maybe the front office sees it differently. Maybe they try and get something for Hedl. If they don't feel like Kopp can be their second-line center next year, maybe they package Kopp and Hedl for something. Maybe they package Kopp and Strome for something. I know Mark Scheifele has been a name that's been tossed around, but he said he wants to stay in Winnipeg. We don't know anything, and we won't know anything until the Stanley Cup is awarded and the Rangers start making some moves. So I won't speculate too much. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. And yeah, that's it. The last game I will cover this season. I will do a video covering the playoffs in their entirety so we can look at all of the successes that the Rangers found. This loss stings, but Tampa Bay Lightning are that good at hockey. The Rangers are that tired. So it's not a surprising loss. And we should focus on the positive of this season and keep our fingers crossed that the front office doesn't overreact and that this team can put together another solid season starting in October. So if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more videos like it, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next rundown.